Hi everybody. We're just going to take a moment to talk about the X notes in Floteren. That's how you pronounce the name of this tune. So those X's are a chop lift pattern, and I'm just going to walk you through how to make that sound if you've never done that on your fiddle before. So I just want to make it a little disclaimer. I am not an expert chopper. It takes a lot of time to develop that. I haven't put the time in. So if you want to be an expert, you're going to seek out people like Yvonne or Gabrielle, or look up the brilliant videos by Casey Dreesen. He's the king of chopping. So you want to learn to chop, look up Casey Dreesen. So the sound that we're after is, I call it a chop lift, and it has to be very rhythmic. So we want the chop and the lift to happen in time. And notice that when I'm doing this, I'm just going to gently cover the strings with my fingers. So I'm not pushing down enough to make a pitch change. I'm just not going to let those strings vibrate. If I don't do that, I'm going to end up with, and I don't want to hear that open string sound. So I'm just going to gently rest my fingers there. I do it up at the shoulder. You can do it down here too. That's fine. Just mute the strings. So if I just do a vertical straight up and down, you can hear that I'm not getting any sound. And if I just go sideways, I'm getting kind of a brushy sound, and that's not what we're after either. And we already know that if I do it this way, I'm going to get a sound, like a pitch. So we have to kind of balance all of those things to get the chop sound. I don't want my bow to go straight toward the peg box. Obviously, I don't want my bow to go straight down. I actually want my bow to go kind of halfway between. So I'm going to be aiming my bow to come down at the string like this. But I'm not actually going to make a bow stroke. So I'm going to mute those strings. I'm going to just angle my bow hair away from me, and I'm going to come in at about a 45-degree angle. And if you can see what my bow is doing here, I'm coming in like that. And when I chop, I'm going to like dig into the string. So I'm going to go chop, lift, chop, lift. And I'm doing it near the frog. Chop, lift, chop, lift, chop, lift. It's not chop, chop, and it's not bounce, bounce. It's not actually two vertical movements. It's a down and an up. And you can see that my bow fingers are doing something different too. I'm going out like this, chop, and then when I lift, I'm going back to a proper bow hold. So that's how you do it. Now, when it comes up in the tune, it comes up a couple of different ways. Basically, we always approach it from 1, 2, 3, chop, lift. And that's how I'm going to count that. 1, 2, 3, chop, lift. Okay, so that's the one that happens in bar 40 if you're looking at sheet music. And then it also happens for some of us around bar 57, and the rhythm there's a little bit different. So in that one I play chop, lift. Okay, but the rhythm is always the same, chop, lift. So the lift happens on time, and when I lift that bow, I hear it. Okay, so that's what that X sign means in Floteren.